Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here, and it is Sunday the 14th of April. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Now remember that sites get free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen here. When you come back and you use the site, that generates revenue, which means that we can keep the site free of charge. So thanks for doing that. Now, this is the 7 to 10 day mean of the 500 millibar heights. It shows us the anomalies of the heights in the next 7 to 10 days, and it takes us forward from next Sunday through to Wednesday the 24th, so getting towards the end of the month. We've got the ECMWF on the left there and the GFS model on the right, and you can see how both really telling similar stories. Look, above normal heights here across the Atlantic, below normal up towards the north, and this very strong jet stream coming in between those two areas. Now, bit of a battle taking place with that jet at the moment, and it looks as if the jet probably brings some outbreaks of rain through Scotland and northern and western parts of Ireland. A little bit of a change from the forecast over the last few days, because it was much more emphasis was placed on the high pressure. But I do think that the ridge that's in the Atlantic here is going to nudge its way northwards, and I think we should find that the high does try to get back in towards the end of the month. Now, this is how the CFS sees things. This goes forward to the 27th of May, and you notice here how it kind of tries to pull off temperatures here towards the end of the month slightly, just taking a slight dip as the winds go more into an east to northeasterly, and then it brings them up quite sharply through this early part of May. Got to say, confidence a little shaken in the CFS by the idea of the high not being so dominant, but it's worthwhile just noting that temperature pattern and just to see how coherent it is over the next few days. I'm not going to make any dramatic jumps on the forecast just at the moment, but we need to just monitor how things progress. And you can see the idea of the jet stream moving south if we take a look at the ECMWF chart. This is for the 24th of April, so this is in 10 days time, and you notice by then that the jet stream is actually blowing through here, so it's across more northern parts of the country, a little bit further south than we expected. I thought it would probably be somewhere through there bringing rain to northern Scotland, but with this position it would bring rain across Ireland, northern England and Scotland, perhaps into northern parts of Wales, even parts of the Midlands too. Although the good part of the news is that we've got this ridge that's trying to get in out towards the west. I think that probably will try and build a little bit further northwards, and I think that then accentuates the idea of the high pressure getting back in towards the end of the month. Prior to that, though, this is the chart for midnight tonight from the ECMWF. You notice low pressure out towards the west here. We've got this brisk southwesterly flow, so staying mild through tonight and into Monday as well. Into Tuesday, quite a deep area of low pressure west of Ireland. That's going to be tracking its way northeastwards. Again, here's the jet stream blowing through here. Bring some rain across western and northern parts of the country, dry out towards the east, but staying milder too. On to Wednesday now, and the jet stream is still there blowing through the country. We've got fronts probably lying somewhere through here, and they bring some outbreaks of rain to the far south of the country. Also more persistent rain across Ireland and later on across western Scotland, but central and eastern areas dry, all places mild. By Thursday, the jet just getting a little bit nudged out towards the east, and what that does is it allows cooler air to come in from the northwest. Now, I think we're going to be finding some more outbreaks of rain, probably running up western parts of the country, tracking their way eastwards, but it's always the north and the west that sees most of them. And then as we head in towards Friday, you notice the jet slips away off towards the east. We get this ridge building in the Atlantic, and we've got this northwesterly flow through all areas. So a cooler day for Friday, but some showers across the north and the east, but generally dry for many. Into the weekend, the high pressure builds in, this ridge really getting its act together. High pressure centred out towards the west and slipping eastward, so fair conditions for Saturday. And then on Sunday, still got the high pressure around. It slips a little bit further towards the south there. And we do pick up, look, again, the jet starting to get going again across northern and western Scotland, blowing some rain in here potentially. But for many, it's a dry day, but windier in the north and west. And then it's into the early part of next week that we start to see this driving westerly wind pushing fronts eastwards. Most of the rain again north and west, windy to the north and the west as well. Dry to the south and breezy, and probably milder there. And by the 23rd of April, of course, St George's Day, we've got a deep area of low pressure north of Scotland, thanks to the jet stream being close by. But what's interesting is, look, we've got this ridge trying to develop here out in the Atlantic, and that's an interesting feature because if that does build northwards, then it could split off this feature here, and that could be the start of high pressure developing out towards the west later in the month. As always, of course, we'll keep our eye on things, but just wanted to show you this to end with. This is the 1 to 5 day total rainfall from the GFS ensemble. It ends at midnight on Friday, and you notice here it really shows well how most of the rain is across northern and more western parts of the country, typically between about 20 and 40 millimetres of rain to come there in the next few days, far less out towards the east, more like 5 to 10 millimetres. So you can see the contrast there, all brought about by this strong southwesterly wind. So I'll leave it at that for now. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Don't forget, we kept free of charge, like I said at the beginning, by the adverts you see around the screen here, and by you coming back and using the site. That's what keeps us free of charge, so thank you for doing that. So once again, thanks for watching, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.